now I want to quickly show you the difference between JD Winner and JD10X, all right, so that you can basically understand the difference. So if you want to be part of JD Winner or JD10X, this will be a very, very important slide for you to understand. Now, before I proceed, okay, please take note, okay, the reason why there is two different circle here, right, or two different strategies, because JD Winner is focusing on the low startup capital. So if you have $155 per coin, you can actually go for JD Winner. But please understand, with a lower startup capital, definitely you're floating, all right, or your margin call is also lower. So we can't be having a huge margin call if your startup capital is small. So please take note. So you have to balance between these. So if you want to go for a smaller startup, then you go for JD Winner, which is 155 per coin, but the margin call is only 13. Please take note of that. So that is about 20 to 30%. Sometimes I may change the percentage according to the market situation. So I want to make these things very clear, because some of you think that if you join JD Winner, you're going to make profit all the way. It doesn't work in that way. All right. So you have to balance between your capital and your expectation. Please take note of that. Now, if you want to have a much deeper floating margin call, okay, which is up to 30, about 40%, then you go for JD10X. But JD10X, the minimum is 5 coins with $1,850. So if you have, like, let's say $2,000, you can actually go for JD10X instead of JD Winner. So please take note. So there are two different things here. So the higher your capital, definitely the more deeper, okay, the margin call. But the smaller the capital, definitely we can't be offering you with a huge margin call, or else you will be having a huge floating loss. Can you understand me? So I hope you understand, okay? This is a very, very important differentiation why you actually choose what you are choosing. So it's all depend on your capital. So if you are starting with 1 coin, please take note, no one guarantees you that you will make a profit, because your 1 coin probability is you are comparing, because I am only offering 30 coins for Huobi and 30 coins for Binance. So if you only choose 1 coin under Huobi, all right, so your probability is only 1/30. Now, can you understand me? So what guarantees that gives you that with 1 coin you can actually make 20% profit a month? There is no such thing. But the higher the number of coins, the higher the number of the probability of profitability. So please understand. So if you have 10 coins over 30, so your ratio is different. All right. So I hope you can get this clear picture, or else people always misunderstood. They think this is a fixed ROI program. Come on. This is not an investment. What you are getting involved is real trading. Let me repeat that once again. This is not an investment platform. I will repeat this again, okay, because I want every one of you to get it. This is not an investment platform. This is a real trading. You are in the real trading platform. So don't expect a fixed return every day. All right, please take note of that. So that's why we encourage you to take 30 days data. But even that is a difficult, because sometimes, example, this month it has been a huge volatile month. All right, always end of the year, November and December, it is a huge volatile month. So it may not even give you the real result of the market. All right, so I hope this is clear. Now, so the first thing, all right, for JD Winner, make sure the professional edition is on. For JD10X, it is also on, okay, both, okay. Before you sync strategy, make sure this is on. Number 2, all right, now, some of you may say, oh my goodness, I forgot to on this. Don't worry about it. Go and on it now, all right? Go and initiate it now. So when you initiate it now, what will happen? In the next cycle, okay, in the next cycle, you might have some of this professional edition coin. Now, please understand, just because you own the professional edition doesn't mean you will have the professional edition, because it's all depend on the number of coins. All right. So please take note of that. Number 2, SYN opening double is off. So if you are using JD Winner, SYN opening double is off. But if you are using JDX, SYN opening double is on. Can you see the difference? Okay. So please take note. Okay. So what is the difference? Now, when you open the SYN opening double, your first order, okay, your first order will actually double up. So if, let's say, your first order, okay, your first order is basic, your first entry or your first order amount is $10, your first entry will actually be $20. So please take note of that. So, but that doesn't happen in JD Winner. So now when the market is really, really bouncing and the market is really moving upward, definitely the higher the first order or the first entry will make a much greater profit. All right. So JD10X is designed so that when the market is uptrending, you can be actually making more profit, and the market is downtrending, you can actually have a much greater, much deeper margin calls in order to sustain what we call a declining of the market. All right. So this is the reason why we are doing. So we want to minimize the floating loss, but we want to actually maximize the profit turnaround time. That is why JD10X was actually created. Number 3, sub-bin mode real time is on. Okay, so for both, we are using sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Now, some people ask, okay, what is the difference between warehouse and sub-bin mode real-time settlement? I will explain to you very, very shortly. A sub-bin mode real-time settlement is very simple. Every time, okay, remember, 1 to 4 margin call is considered as the warehouse. All right, warehouse. This is where you have 1 to 4. Now, anything falls under 4, which is 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is under what we call a sub-bin. Now, a sub-bin means it's a block by itself. All right, a block by itself, it will settle the profit actually within that block. So as that block closes, it will settle the profit. All right, now if you're using a warehouse, that is so all the way, okay, it will close. Example, if you have sub-bin mode all the way to 13 margin call. So when the market declines to 13, it will then close 13, it will then close 12, it will then close 11. That's how it works. All right, all the way up to the 5th margin call. So when it reaches the 4th margin call, it will close everything at one shot. 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1 will close at one shot. That is called a warehouse mode. All right. So the reason why we use a real-time settlement, because we want to settle all the profit in a real time. So that's the reason why we use a real-time settlement. Okay. So that's why we make sure that after you sync, make sure you check all the settings are correct. Margin call for JD Winner is 30, may vary based on the market situation. All right. And for the JD10X, that is 30. So 30. All right. Anything that you see in yellow there, that are marked in yellow, are the different points, okay, between JD Winner and JD10X. Then we have the margin call here is between 20 to 30%. And this may vary because I am basically studying the market. So I'm looking at the best percentage of the margin call. And then for the JD10X, that is above 40%. Okay, normally I don't have anything below 40% because we have a greater capital here. So we can actually have a much better margin call when come to JD10X. Please take note of that. So estimated profit, okay, for JD Winner, actually, this probably is the old data. Okay, we might want to change this because I don't want to give you a flat information. We will change this, okay, probably in the next presentation. But initially we put about 15 to 30%. But this is based on probably 10 coins or more. So if you have less than 10 coins, you may not be able to experience that, because please understand, all right, higher number of coin, higher probability of profitability. All right. So if you have 1 coin and you say, you promise me that you're going to give me 20%, no one promised you. Please read the disclaimer before you join the before you join the sync. That's why we put the word estimated, okay, because there is no guarantee. Please take note of that. Now for the JD10X, you can see we have clearly there, okay, anything below 10 coins, we are looking at about 10 to 20%. Anything above 10 coin, we are looking at above 25%. All right. So this is based on the back testing that was conducted, which was done last month. Okay. So, but monthly situation can change according to the market. So please take note. That's why we put the word estimated. We never say that you will surely get it. Okay. So please take note of this information. Now, the sync strategy per coin is $155. All right. The slippage tolerance is factored in. What is slippage tolerance? Every time the bot actually buys, the bot will never buy at $10. So if you put your first order $10, the bot will buy at $10.60 or sometimes $11. Sometimes like Mana, you can see Mana, okay, the slippage is too high at about probably $13 and so on. All right. So what we have done is that we have studied the slippage tolerance and we have actually allocated 155. That's why you may be asking, right? If it is a 13 margin call, isn't that it's only $140? Okay, because 13, you have 130, then your first order is 10, so 140, right? But why is it an extra of $15? Because of the slippage tolerance. Okay, so please take note. Now, when come to JD10X, the per coin is 370. We have also actually included the slippage tolerance factor over here. Now, for optimal result, higher NOC are recommended. Okay, as I mentioned to you, the higher number of coins, higher probability of profitability. Okay, so please take note. But for JD10X, okay, your minimum coin must be 5 or more. All right, so you need at least about $1,850 minimum fund to actually trade on JD10X. Now, if you are doing 1 coin or 2 coin and you never follow this requirement, we are not responsible. All right, we are not responsible for you. Okay, please take note of that. So that is the reason why when we study, right, we have learned our lesson from JD Winner. So that's why when I come out with a new circle, we now understand, all right, how things actually work, so that the more coins you have, the better your performance will be. All right, so that actually help you with your expectation. Okay, so please take note of that. Definitely higher number of coins is recommended. The more coin you have, the better it is. Now for Binance, 30 coin for both. Okay, for both we offer 30 coins. So you might be asking, why is it that 30 coin? Isn't that Binance RQ offers 71 coins? Yes, 71 coins, but that doesn't mean I have to give you all the 71 coins. There is no point. Not all the coins are potentially will give you the profit. A lot of these coins, okay, the volatilities are different, and even the tokenomics, okay, the economics behind the coin is different. So we look at the most potential coin and we choose 30 coin out of that 71 coin. So just imagine, right? We filter those coins so that only the best performing coin. But please understand, there is no guarantee because anything can happen within 24 hours. All right, please take note of that. Now for Huobi also we actually offer 30 coins for both JD Winner and JD10X. So these are the difference. Okay, so please take note of this information and do accordingly. So if you start with JD Winner, all right, you can go with JD Winner, no problem. You can try it out. And once you have a bigger capital, which is above, which is probably around 2,000 and more, you can actually switch to JD10X. Okay. Some of you may be asking, okay, how can I do this? So if you have a Binance, for example, Binance is running JD Winner, you can have Huobi, which is running on JD10X. Can you see that? You can do that. Okay. You can even basically have JD Winner running while you have JD10X running. All right. So those processes are actually provided in the Telegram group. You can actually refer to those Telegram group. Now, very quickly. Okay. So this is very important. All right. Very, very important. And I hope that every one of you will pay attention to this slide because I want to explain to you about the floating. All right. This is important. So as I mentioned to you, okay, for JD Winner, okay, for JD Winner, we have basically 13th margin call. All right, we got the 4 warehouse and then the remaining will be the sub-bin. Okay, these are the sub-bin real-time settlement. So for 13th margin call, we are looking at about 20 to 30%, okay, the percentage of the floating. All right. Now, if you look into right, what happens now is this. Okay, many of you might be experiencing the same situation when market actually goes down about 20%, right, 30%. You might actually noticing that your margin call might already actually go below 13 margin call. So when your margin call go below the 13, what happens now? Okay, there's a few recommendations here, okay, because some people were asking, so if I am actually at the real, okay, I am bleeding now and I am actually having the floating loss of about beyond than 30%. So what am I going to do? All right, don't worry about it, okay? These are the 3 recommendations. Number 1, you have to wait patiently for market to rebound. All right, now please understand, okay, when you go into the strategy, you know, right, you are going to go in for the lower startup. Why? You're going to go to the lower startup and you know that for the lower startup, you only got 13 margin call. So you have to choose that. And you understand that after the 13 margin call, I have to wait. So I hope you understand, okay, before you even sync strategy, you must understand what you are doing. So that is the first thing. You have to wait patiently. Number 2, you can manually sell at loss at your own discretion if you are not willing to wait. So some people, they don't have the patience. All right. If you don't have the patience, then it's up to you. You can sell manually at loss. And then you can sync strategy with JD10X, or you can sync strategy again while the price is at the dip. All right. You can do that. Now, another brilliant idea is this. you can sync, okay? You can sync with JD10X with the excess fund if you have. Example, if you have 1,850, you can immediately cancel your JD winner and you can sync with JD10X. Can you just imagine that? So while you sync with JD10X, all right, while you actually sync with JD10X, you're already making the profit while you're waiting for those floating for the JD winner to actually make the profit. All right, so these are brilliant wisdom, okay, brilliant insight that you can actually adopt. So whichever that you want to do. So if you don't have the capital, sorry to say, you have to wait. But remember, you understand that you don't have the capital. You came in with a smaller capital because you know you are only going to go for 13th margin call. All right, so please take note of that. Now, if you look into JD10X, okay, JD10X go all the way down to 40%, which is about 30 margin call. So that's the reason why, okay, you can see, okay, I will open up for the question later on, okay? Let me just proceed with the presentation, and I just want you to understand how this whole thing works. So now you can see, right, while JD winner are still experiencing probably, okay, floating. Remember, floating means unrealized loss, okay? You have no real loss until you sell it manually, all right? No real loss. So it's only what we call an unrealized loss, not a real loss, all right? Now, if you look into JD10X, while JD winner, okay, you can see some of them already beyond 13 margin call, and now they are frustrated, right? But on JD10X, they are still sustaining, all right, because we have all the way to 40%. So some of them probably at margin call 22, at margin call 28, and so on, but they are still actually making profit. Because at every sub-bid mode, when that sub-bid mode close, it will then take the real-time profit. Please take note of that. So that is what is happening with the JD10X. So that's why people ask, right? Which one is better? Now, my question to you is that it depends on the floating. Can you see that? If you can minimize the floating loss, you can maximize the profit turnaround time. That's the whole idea of it. So now you see those people who are with JD winner, all right, they have to wait. But while they are waiting, actually JD10X, they are making profit. Can you see that? So now, will this happen all the time? Not necessarily. All right, sometimes you can see JD10X and JD winner are still at the 13th margin call. Okay, so it can vary because of the market situation. All right, so I just want to make sure you have a clear perspective of this. All right, so that you now understand how this whole thing actually works. Now, some people ask, right, why don't go beyond to minus maybe 60% or 70%? Now, please understand that is pro and con. Okay, the more margin call you have, the more retention of your fund. All right, so if just imagine, right, if your margin call goes below 20, below 25, all right, and the market is moving sideways, remember you have about few $100 retention there. So that is pro and con. Okay, so please take note of that. So there is no reason why you have to go deeper and deeper. It's just madness. Okay, because you're going to now you're going to now put in more capital, and more capital is going to be locked there. All right, so that's why you have to balance both of these. So now, please understand, okay, as I mentioned to you earlier, this is where we have the margin call 13, the trading fund is 155. This is the lowest startup capital. All right, so when you go in, you must understand the feature. For JD winner, it is the lowest startup capital where you can even do it with one coin. But there is no guarantee that you can make 20% or 30% a month. Please take note, okay? Sometimes, right, some people are really, really lucky, right? I would say they are really blessed, because that one coin actually shoot up and they make few $100. Come on, this can happen. Okay, actually it happened, right? It happened very, very recently. Now for the JD10X, the margin call is 30, trading fund is 370 per coin. You must sink minimum 5 coin at 1,850, and this is the high startup capital. Okay, so just take note of this information because this is crucial. All right, this is crucial for anyone to understand before they select between JD winner and JD10X. So whichever you select, you agree. All right, you agree with the disclaimer, you agree with the features, you agree how does all these things work. All right, so that's why we don't want people to come to us and then start to complain because now they are having floating. Now, please understand, okay, these are the recommended action that you can take when you have those floatings. Okay, so please take note. Now, just very quickly, okay, the difference how you actually sync strategy with JD winner and JD10X. There is not much different, but there are some important differentiation, okay, between these two. So for JD Winner, same thing, all right? You tap the circle and then you search for JD Winner circle, you apply to join, and then you tap on JD Winner strategy, look at the percentage, right? You see the percentage, you tap on the percentage, and then you select either Binance or Huobi, and then you tap on the Sync strategy button, and then you refer to coin selection matrix for the first order amount and the number of coins. And then you input the first order amount, you input the number of strategies, Sync opening double is off. Okay, this is the main difference. And then you tap on the Sync strategy button. Now for the JD10X, everything is the same, right? Everything is the same. But when you go to number 8, okay, remember the number of strategies or the number of coin will be minimum 5, all right, and then your Sync opening double will be on, all right. These are the main difference when come to the process of how you actually sync, right?